video. Ah, lovely. I am also looking forward to it. It's that like love-hate stuff of fitness. You're like, I'm looking forward to it. In the time, it's probably going to be tough, but also after, I'm going to love it. So yeah, it's a nice way to think about it. So find yourself a wall. Here's one I made earlier. And we're going for what is called a wall drive. So hands start on a wall, walk your feet back. See if you can better angle with the camera. As you walk your feet back, you want enough pressure in the wall that if the wall wasn't there, you would probably fall over. So get into a level low enough to feel that type of stability that you have to maintain with your abs. And then we're going knee drive, 1, 2, 3. We'll start on one side and then we'll swap. So watch me. At speed, it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll swap sides. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do that for 10 seconds, as fast as possible. You get that cloth on. Find your wall. If you don't have a wall, you can hold on to a chair pushed up against a couch or something like that. Or you can do these in a plank position, doing a mountain climber. So we're doing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 10 seconds, 5-second break. 3 times. Are you ready? Find your wall. Start the clock. Hands on the wall, walk it back so that you feel that tension. We'll go together in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Halfway. Last one. 5 seconds break. Let's do that again. So hands on the wall. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Really fast. Think about that knee drive. Last one. Lovely. 5-second break. One more. I want you to rebound off the floor as fast as you can with the leg. 3, 2, 1. Pushing into the wall. Last 2. Whew. That should get you nice and warm. Next exercise, open up the lower back and the T-spine. We're going to go into a lunge and a reach. So side lunge, watch me first. Side lunge, hand down, reaching up. Show you from the side. Side lunge, reaching down, reaching up. We're going to alternate. Let's do one each side to warm it up. Side lunge, reach down, reach up. That's 1. Reach up. And then to the other side. Lunge, hand down, reach. That's 3. Lunge, down, reach, and that's 4. Let's do 10 in total. We'll swap sides after every 2. Just see if the brain's awake. Big step, hand down, and reach. I want you thinking about getting this hip over the heel. And if your hand isn't coming to the floor, don't worry. Just reach down somewhere close to it. That's 1. That's 2. We have 1 more each side. Big step. Feel that big stretch in between the legs. Reach up, and then the same thing on the other side. Reach down and reach up. Our next exercise is going to act as more of a plyometric exercise. Plyometric basically means rebounding, jumping, working really, really fast. Think like box jumps, skipping. See them in football training when they have to do these like hops over cones. So it's actually something very similar. As you can tell from that drill against the wall, gets your heart rate up, gets you working in a way that you wouldn't be working with weights and resistance training. We're always working on form and positions and bracing and the weightlifting or those other exercises. And these exercises, it's about moving fast and moving choppy and moving athletically. So the difference would be on the wall drive of like, that's a little bit too relaxed. We're looking for that sharp 1, 2, 3. Imagine you were a professional athlete. So for our high knee skips, we're going to drive our knee up, drive the opposite arm up. We'll do 10 on one side and 10 on the other. Watch me from the side. But what we want to have here is a 90-degree here and here as we do our skip. We're going to do 10 per side, opposite arm, opposite elbow. Let's go together. See how high you can get. 1, 2, 3. Look for that 90 degrees. 5. Be athletic with it. Imagine you're Michael Jordan. 8. 9, and 10. Same thing on the other side. Opposite arm, opposite elbow. Let's go for a high knee skip. 1, 2, get that knee up. 3, 4, 5, 5 to go. Rebounding off that opposite leg as high as you can. Think about that 90 degrees. Think about that. Okay, great drills for getting you warm. Second round, same drills. This time on the high knees. We're not going 1, 2, 3. We're going to go as fast as we can, as if we're running for the 10 seconds. 10 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but when the effort in the piece is really, really intense, it's enough. On these wall drivers, leg drivers, this for me, when I'm training, is a very similar effect to when you're Olympic lifting, or very high box jumps and things like that. Getting strong is really good. Being fast and speedy just feels so nice. So let's start on the wall drives. We're going to do 10 seconds together, 5 seconds in between, 3 times. This time, watch me, continuously bringing the knees up. I'm sharply pulling my knee into my chest and pushing through the floor really, really explosively. Are you ready? Going in 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds. Get those knees up, push through the wall, keep your balance. 4, 3, 5 seconds, let's go again. 3, 2, hands low on the wall. 1, let's go. Knees high, push to that foot on the floor. Halfway. 3, 2, 1. Last one now. This probably looks really funny on the camera. Let's go in 5 seconds. Same speed. Really explosive. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, they're good. They're good ones for getting the heart rate up. Lunging reach. Let's drive that leg. Hip out over the heel. I'm not looking for this. I'm looking for this bum this way, as much as you can. So it's lunge and reach. That's 1, 2 each side and swap sides. 2. Stretch that bum out over the heel. 1 and 2. Always turning towards that front knee. So keep the hips low and rotate your body towards the bent knee. So a lovely one for opening up. If you're thoracic, if you feel like your shoulders are tight, this is a brilliant drill. Maybe before you go in on the laptop. Last one here. Now we're into our high knee skip. Remember, explosiveness. Here we go. Look for that 90-degree angle, opposite arm off the leg. Let's go for 10 per side. Rebound off that foot in the floor. 3, 2, 1. See how high you can get. 4, 5, 6, 7. Pull that knee into the chest. 9, 10. Same thing on the other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, elbow up. 4, 3, 2, jumping high, and 1. Lovely. And that concludes our warm-up. Hey Rebecca, hope we're good. So, those kind of plyometric stuff, we're going to start adding in a little bit more. And you guys have a fantastic base of strength to go off. It's good to get strong, then get fast. So, our first exercise, watch me. If you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell or any kind of added weight, I want you to use it today because we're going to get you stronger using negatives. So that basically means we've done them with push-ups before. Say you've got loads of push-ups from the knees, they feel great. Come up onto the toes and no, it's just not there yet, we use the negative. So control to the floor, relax, get up whatever way you can, and do that again. So the lowering phase of your body is much stronger. The muscles which get used to like a pull-up. You do the lowering phase first. We're going to use the same principle for those reverse forward curls that we did last week. We were doing these guys, seeing how far to the floor we can get. So you got two options here. If you're finding it hard to get past mid-calf as you go down, I want you to go all the way down. Make it really, really hard until you feel like you're going to lose control, then pop your hands down, sit down and come back up. Or if you can go past mid-shin, when you want to go further, let's load the negative, get you stronger in that position. So either or, you could just do the reps as normal, or grab onto your weight as you sit back. Lower, 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 dump the weight, and then stand. So if we were doing this with a beginner for a pull-up, we would get them to do the negative by themselves and then assist them, give them the assistance on the way up. So your assistance here is getting rid of the weight. So it's just another way to train, so you have a couple of varieties there. We're going to do that. We're going to do a couple of exercises for the upper body with it. If you don't have a kettlebell, just use a regular, or grab a backpack with some tins of beans in it. We will need a pair of tins of beans for the workout, for the next piece for strength work, so grab them if you don't have a bag. We're going to do between 3 and 5 reps here. Hold them onto the kettlebell, or just body weight. I want you to tuck your belly button up into your spine and into your chin. It's very important that we stay really stiff. And let's do our 5 reps together. You go at your own pace, controlling as far as you can down, dump the weight, and squeeze back up. That's 1. Maybe 3 really tough reps, or if you can squeeze out an extra 2, try it, all the way down. That is 2. All the way down, pushing the knees into the floor, squeezing the belly button into the spine, and standing. Last 2 if you got it. All the way down, squeeze your bum. Spot on. Last 1. Or just leave it at 3 if that's enough for you today. Tuck the tailbone into the belly button. Push out the belly as if you're getting punched. Control to the floor. Woo! Feel that already? Our next exercise we're doing is called a Russian push-up. So this is just a way of varying it for you guys. If you're on your way to getting a push-up, these are not very easy to do from your knees unless you're in a very slidey floor. But you can try them to the full push-up and just don't do the pushing up bit. So watch me. This is what a Russian push-up is called. It looks like halfway down, elbows to the floor, back to halfway, and press. We're going to do this in stages. So start your press-up position or plank position. Even if you haven't got a full press-up, I want you just to go down to the elbows. Watch me first. I'm going to come halfway down, so shoulder to elbow. Then I'm going to drop my elbows back. Notice my feet in that position. Look at my feet. I have to jump them back. Or you can start on your toenails, just a little bit harder. Come down, and then as you go back, you just rock back to your feet. So start here, kneeling. Bring the hands out in front. Come into a half push-up, so elbows to the shoulder. This will be a full push-up, elbows to the shoulder. Then I want you to shove your elbows forward. Then pull them back, and press. Do that together. Start hands forward, half press up, elbows forward, half press up, and press. Some variation of that. Your first variation could be either you're jumping your feet back, remember that, or you're starting on your toes. If it's comfortable for you to do so, it's not just jump your feet back. The first progression, if you haven't got a push-up from your feet yet, I just want you to do half push-up, drop your knees. Get up whatever way you can. If you do have push-ups or closer push-ups and you want to try it, next step I want you to go halfway down onto the elbows. Or start on the toes, halfway down, rock onto the toes. Sorry, start the toenails, rock onto the toes. So we're going to do the first piece of it. Let's do 3 each. So I give the negative to the halfway push-up, or try to figure out that elbow underneath. One more time, just for the brain. Brain takes a while to catch up. Halfway push-up, do it with me. Elbows forward, elbows back, and press. Now, trust me, this is a complicated movement. I remember watching a video, it took me like couple of weeks to grasp this elbow forward position. Really good for the body though. You're working on that serratus anterior. There's muscles in the bottom of the shoulders sometimes can get a little bit weak. So let's do our 3 or whichever variation together. Halfway down, elbows, and relax. Come back up into your press up. Make it easier in the foot position. Start with the toes, halfway down, elbows down, and relax. Last one, halfway down, elbows down, and relax. Well done. If you're like, my brain isn't making sense, that's okay. Grab your tins of beans for the next exercise. On the knees here. Only lots and lots of bags of coffee, which aren't heavy enough. No, better than nothing, right? So this exercise is called a 90-90 hollow Y. Doesn't matter what the name is, I guess. What's important when we hear hollow, so I said it, is that lower back stays connected to the floor. So take your hand back of your rib cage and hollow it out or press it into the ground. This is where you need it to stay. If that's not happening, you want you to put your feet on the floor. So if it is, if the feet are on the floor, it's going to look like this. I've got my tins of beans, I'm going to bring my hands back over my head. Watch me, this is not the movement. Watch my shoulders. This is not the movement. This position here, where we keep our shoulders off the floor and my abs stay concave or curved, that's the win. So either here or here. Let's do it with no band, no weights first. We're going for 10. I'm pulling my hands behind my head. This is a challenging exercise as it is without any weight. Keep the tip of the shoulder blades off the floor the whole time. As you go overhead, it should feel like a real challenge here. Keep this engaged. If that's disengaging or you're not feeling that tension there, I want you to go as far back. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Oh, what a core exercise. And the next piece we'll add in the band in the next set. We've got a few sets to do here, so let's take it nice and steady. So you have your beans. We're going to go for a military press. Military press, prone military press. If you have tight shoulders, so how do you know? It's lying on your belly on the floor. If you're in this position and you get your hands off the floor, I want you to do this on a set of chairs or on a bench or a couch. Just once you've got scope underneath your arms. You could even do this if you only have one chair. Just lie your chest on the chair, bend your knees. You've got space either side. Otherwise, if you feel fine, we'll do it on the floor. It's called a military press. 2 things to watch out for here. In our shoulder blades, this is elevation of the shoulder blades. This is depression of the shoulder blades. This is protraction of the shoulder blades. This is retraction of the shoulder blades. What we're looking for here is depression and retraction. So it's funny because depression, where the shoulder blades are pulled down, makes me think of the opposite of depression. People who are depressed tend to maybe have a posture similar to this. Whereas depression of the shoulder blade, this is really anti-depression. I've seen folks around, you couldn't imagine that they feel not so mentally well, right? Well, not all the time, but there's a similarity. So that's how I remember depression. And then retraction is squeezing back behind you. A bit like when we're doing our bench press. We want this position in lying on the floor. We're starting overhead, so depression, retraction. That's where I start. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back, and then I'm pulling my elbows down and together. This is 1 rep. Might not look that challenging, but it is if you're doing your depression and retraction. So we want to keep our elbows low and our hands high. Let's go together. Let's get into that position. So take a big breath into the belly, squeeze your bum into the floor. You're going to lift your chest slightly off the ground. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, depression. Pull them back together, squeeze them together, retraction. And let's do our pulling down. So this is our press now. We're going for 10 reps. Keep those elbows in tight to the body. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together and down. This is a really tough position for people. You'll get more out of this exercise the more you put into it. So keep squeezing the shoulder blades together, squeezing them away from your ears. We've got 3 more reps. Elbows stay low, hands stay high. 2 more, 1 more. Ooh, it's going to be a tough set of exercises. So, snorty curls, that's 1 set. We have 2 sets to go. If these are super challenging and you're finding it hard to even get into position here, I like to put my toes under. It gives me a little bit more support. If my quads or the front of your legs are tight, this is going to be a harder position, but it might actually give you a little bit more support. So if you're stiffer, it gives you some kind of rebound instead of just like, I'm free. So let's go for between our 3 to 5 reps. Give you the body weight, or add a little bit of load on the way down. Dump it, come up to that. Or if it's really, really easy for you, get rid of the load. See how far you can go back, keeping your back straight, your tummy tucked. This might want to happen on the way up, all the way down, and then bending at the hip. So let's imagine that you've got your belt buckles where you loop your belt through, and you hike them up into your chin, and then as if I'm going to punch you in the belly, lock your abs in. Once you've done that, take a big breath into it, and let's do the lowering phase, and then the stop. Grab your weight if you want to make it harder. We have 3 to 5 reps here. So the more you engage, the more muscles are working at the same time. The last progression here, we can keep the weight in our hands until we get back up. That's if you're finding them really easy and you can go really far down. Big breath into the belly. Remember, this acts as your mobility exercise as well. So it really stretches the front line of that body. Put the tailbone, brace the abs. What a nice stretch, eh? Hope not all stretches are like that. So our next exercise, our Russian push-up. Let's take it to the next level. Practice here first. Half push-up, elbows forward, elbows back, and press. Half push-up, elbows forward, elbows back, and press. One more. Half push-up, elbows forward, elbows back, and press. Sorry, lovely cat with my neighbor keeps rolling by. So we're going to do that on the floor. The next step, and this is the hardest bit of it. If you can get back up from this position, you're basically able to do the Russian push-up. So start your toenails. You don't want to do the jumping with the feet. We're going to go halfway down, elbows back, and from there, drive your chest forward onto your hands. I use a little hop of my feet. If not, stick with our just all the way down. We'll get you stronger and better. So we're doing the 3 reps of whichever variation. Maybe you're just doing the half push-up and relaxing, or maybe you're just doing push-ups to elbows. Try that. Hop up. Let's go for 3 reps. All together now. Halfway down, elbows down, pop it up, and press. If you get to that position and you want to just collapse, go for it. The work is in the negative state. So halfway down, elbows back, elbows up, and press. Last one. Woo! Tough on the triceps. Let me know in the chat how you guys are getting on with that. And we'll move on to the next exercise. This one we're going to use the bands or the beads to make it a little bit harder. Oh, okay. So lying in that hollow position. Remember, when you hear hollow, back flat on the floor. So if you have a tin of beans, you want to make this tougher, grab a tin of beans in your hands. Start with the knees over the hips. Create that crunch or that hollow position. This is relaxed. This for me is my crunch. Let's get that first. You can do this body weight. What we're looking for as we go overhead is those shoulder blades to stay off the floor. If I band, I can use my band. I get a really nice exercise to strengthen the shoulders in that position. We're going for 10 here, or use your beads. Whatever allows for you to feel like you're working a little bit more in a 6 or a 7 out of 10. More like an 8 or a 9 here. Make it harder, punch more. Pull the bottom of your sternum into the floor. Lovely. 2 more here. 2. Keep those shoulder blades off before you pull back. And 1. So that exercise really feels like a reaching or pull back. We're for a prone military press now. So you can do this is grab your beans to make it harder. I don't have beans. I have these things. So anything that looks like a little bit of added load. You could also, other idea, tie your band to something that's not going to move if you have a band. And then come into that prone Shoulder blade, depress, retract, pull them down. We're going for 10 here. Also works really, really, really well with that body. As your hands straighten over your head, keep those shoulder blades squeezed together and away from the ears. Very important. 10 in total. That's two. Nice work, guys. 2 sets done. Let's roll in on our last set. If you had a kettlebell there, it wouldn't really work very well for that press. What you could do is in the interim while I'm explaining things, is take your kettlebell and add on, do a couple of these leg presses. Work is really easy. Single arm. Because we're working on that pressing, like a push-up position. Push up a body. In ways that are more challenging. So if I need a variation here, aren't allowing for you to get at least 2 tough reps. So maybe it's 2 on these guys, because you're like, I'm now reaching fatigue, my last 2 reps are really tough. Then we want to work or find a variation or methodology of making it harder. So add load, add a few more reps, increase the time of your tension, so slow it down. Really embrace and squeeze the shoulders as you do it. Loads of different ways. Grab some water if you need it, and then join me on the reverse order curl. So now on this last set, we're using a weight. I want you to dump the weight. And I want you to see, can you go a little bit further? You've got more control. Now that we've switched on your body, you might have a little bit more depth in your range. So let's try it together. We're going to tuck and squeeze your belly button. Imagine we're getting punched in the belly, so we're tightening up our abs. Let's go for 3 to 5 reps.
I face off with the
Seeing as low as you can go,
my head's ringing
keeping
the love of the
your bum in line with your knees the whole time.
There is too much potential here. And too much depends on the fragile wages and extortionate rents here. We're working every dread day that is given us. Feeling like the person.
Let's go into our Russian push-up.
Like
so find your space.
Underneath the trouble.
We're looking for 3 reps here, 3 tough reps. You can bring it up to 5 or 6. You're finding it hard to get into that position. So starting on our toes or our toenails, whichever is easiest for you. Half push-up, elbows down, half push-up, and press. Let's try it together, or just half push-up and relax. Or half and down and relax.
And that can
3 together. Oh, let's go.
Even when I'm weak and I'm breaking, I stand weeping at the train station, because I can see your faces.
Half down, elbows down.
There is so much peace to be found
Last one.
in people's faces.
Lovely. These are good exercises. They're very good push-ups. Now working on this part of your core. Remember, the first time when I was doing them, I had to breathe out so hard, pull my ribcage down, and then squeeze so I could get that momentum. They're a tough one, but that's what we want, right? So, lying on the floor, we got that hollow pullback.
We're all one and the same flesh.
Get that lower back into the floor. Use your band or your tin of beans or whatever you have access to. Maybe it's a dumbbell. We're going to start 90-90 with the hips and the knees. Crunch the lower back into the floor. So important. Make this harder. Walk your hands down the band more. So I want you to think about pulling your knees into your chest into your knees, and then we're straightening the band overhead. When we go overhead, let's go to 10. You can start there. We want to make sure that we're reaching with the band and not just pulling back. So reaching and stretching the muscles in the front of the chest. Lovely, guys. 5 to go. Keep that crunch, keep that lower back on the floor. Keep pulling the knees into the chest into knees. Lovely, last 2. Nice. And these kind of exercises, they've got really good transfer of cool skills. So, and everyone always welcome to come down to the gym. If you come down or go into your commercial gym, try things like toe bar, pull-ups. They will strengthen the core and the shoulder blades so that cool exercises like handstands become more accessible. So, last set here now, we have our military press. Thank God. Starting on your belly, grab your beans, The key here is, I can hear you guys saying it, to press, retract. So press away from the ears, retract, squeeze them together. So let's start. Chest just slightly off the floor. Bum, squeeze into the floor. And we're going to do a press. 8 to 10. Keep resetting with the shoulder blade at the bottom. They were fantastically good. So, strength work done. We're going to go into our metcon. So, today we're doing short and fast. Only one round. Can hop the elbows down. Is not. Yes, Rebecca, that's great. It just takes time. One way to help is if you live with someone, housemate, partner, whatever, get them to hold. When you get your elbows down, get them to hold your hips to like take the weight out of your hips. And then as you go forward, if you're here, it's about having a really tense ab and then pushing your shoulders into the floor. So it doesn't matter if you land really low in a push-up, but I always think about in this position, I'm bracing the Jesus out of my abs, and then I'm throwing my shoulders into the floor or forward. It's almost like a little cop. They're cool. Cool feeling, man. So, our workout now for today, we're going to do squats with the weight if you have one. Single arm. We're going to do some jumping switch lunges. And we're going to do some squat jumps over a dumbbell or whichever weight that you use. So, I know a couple of you guys have kettlebells. So for the first one, I'm going to load my kettlebell. You have two options. If it's really heavy or the kettlebell is quite a lot of weight for you, this is goblet squat, where you have both hands underneath the bum of the kettlebell. This is a single arm front rack position. This makes it harder if the weight isn't that heavy. And the last one, to really make it tough, is to put the weight up and overhead. If you've access to a couple of kettlebells, then pick a weight that you know you can do 50 reps. By the 50th rep, say, okay, I'm probably getting a little bit tired. That could be no weight at all, it could be body weight. If it is, stick with body weight for today. And I'm just giving you options in case someone doesn't have anything or they want to make it a little bit harder. The other option on the squats is to grab a heavy book or your band and put your hands up and overhead, shoving your armpits forward like so. That's just a way of getting more muscles to work and making the exercise more active. We're going to do 35 of these squats. So either variation, do 5 now in your own time. Hold on to the kettlebell or front rack. You could do your 15, 17 reps and then swap sides, or single arm overhead. Again, split the reps up as you feel you want to, so that you can go 5, 5, 5, 5. I decided to do the same rep. We're doing 35 then we're going to do 35 jump switch lunges. If the jumping switch lunge is just out of your grasp space for whatever reason, maybe it's going on with hips, I just want you to do that hop. So when you land, toe and heel on each foot is sticking to the floor. Imagine that the floor you're trying to bounce off it like a trampoline. Or switch legs. Make that a little bit tougher. We want to make sure in the jumping switch lunges that we extend. That means my hip opens at the top and I'm not doing this. I want to jump in between. I already feel my legs. Oh God. So let's do 6 together, 1 each side. You will be doing 35. In your own time there, jump up fully, back on top. If you feel like you're a little bit floozy in the middle, bring your hands together for a solid. The last one, you have your kettlebell, or if you don't have a kettlebell, you can put a band or a book on the floor. We're going to do a jumping squat over the kettlebell. That's 1, 2. We'll do 35. As you can tell, this is going to be fairly gassy. I look forward to it though. Always grab your weight, whatever weight you're using for the squat. Grab a little bit of water. I'm gonna put a song on. We're gonna cap this at, we'll cap it at 4 minutes. However, if you're close to finishing it, let it run out to like 20 seconds or 30 seconds past 4. But if you feel like you're getting the juice, I want this short and I want it hard, leave it at the 4 minutes. Doesn't matter if you don't get through the reps. It's more about the effect on the legs, that like burning sensation in the legs. I know, fantastic. So let's get some tunes on, grab some water, get your dumbbells, get yourself set. Quick recap, 35 of these guys. Then you have your 35 of these guys. Then you have your 35 of these guys. Jumping up and over. It doesn't have to be a kettlebell, it can be anything. Let's do this. Timer is on. Goes the darkness together. 10 seconds. 5 squats. Into your body weight. Hold it back here. 3, 2, 1. 35. Reach those hips. Don't go low and knee up and squat. Put right to belly. Good. Good squat. Get high in that jump. Go. Oh gosh. 30. 30 seconds for each time cap. Keep her going. Last 20 seconds. Let's see, can we move just a little bit faster? 15. You got 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. You're nearly there. You only have 5 left, 6 left. Finish it out. Woo! Legs are on fire. Oh, God. And that is intensity. Let me know out of 10. Let me know, did you guys get it finished in that space of time? Oh. Let me know how the legs are now. So normally, when we do leg work, you could do it weighted and you'll get your core and your upper body to work as well. So like a back squat or a front squat with a barbell. However, we don't have access to loads of weights when we're at home, right? That doesn't mean we can't make the same kind of progress. So we can work the legs, work the jumping squats were so intense. So we're gonna work the core now just to get a little bit more burn in the core. Yeah, I got onto the jumping squats and I was like, but why am I going so slow? Just the juice in the legs gone after all those other reps. So, well done guys. Okay, let the heart rate come down a little bit. Up to, oh my God, yes! 18 last round, savage. Attempt just couldn't get harder. Okay, second part's most challenging. Definitely second part's most challenging. Yes, the go. Like once your legs once they get to that, it's called like a lactic acid buildup. Once they get really, really pumped, it's like you need to go faster. You're like, I can't move my legs. So yes, that's what we're looking for today. Short, intense, like really, really, really blow up the legs. So well done, guys. It's not about reps or ranges or things like that. It's more about that feeling that you generate from the workout. Intensity. So we now have our core work. Grab some water if we need to. Come lying on your back. So, we're going to do dumbbell or a kettlebell. So I have my dumbbell here. Just watch me. We're going to do a pull the toes to dumbbell. You can also use your couch here if you don't have anything. You're going to hold on to the dumbbell. Make sure you're not pulling it away from you or into you. Just you want to keep the dumbbell still. Don't stay still. Remember your toes touch the dumbbell and then back down. This is the first level. Toes touch the heels back down. Second level, we bring the leg straight or one leg straight and back up. And then third level, both legs straight. Guess what happens when we straighten those legs? No arching of the back, so lower back is pressed into the floor. If you don't have access to a lovely dumbbell, grab onto a couch or a chair or a table, something that's not going to move, and we're going to do our toes to bench or chair or table. First variation, second variation, and then last variation. How do you know which one to use? If you straighten both your legs to the floor and that lower back comes away, you straighten one leg to the floor, the lower back comes away, press. Shorten the lever, shorten your legs. That's the first exercise. After that, we're coming up into the side plank position. Top leg is in front, bottom leg is behind, and we're doing a hip dip. Drop the hips to the floor, squeeze it up. We're going to pull the belly button into the spine and think about lifting your whole spine as well. We'll do 15 per side. Let's try a variation of that. Do 3 reps there with me. 2 and 1. Next exercise, you can do this with your tin of beans, with your dumbbell. It's up to you. We're doing a weighted crunch. Knees are bent, lower back into the floor, and I'm just lifting my shoulder blades off the floor. We're going to do 25 of these. Also can be done without any weight. Or if you want a little bit more intensity in the abs, just grab something, small animal, it's not animal cruelty, but like something. So grab something, put it up in your hands overhead. And the last exercise, knee crunch. We're going to sit with our knees bent, lying on the floor, hands on the ears, driving our elbow into our hip. We really want to work bone. Find the bottom of your rib cage. All around here. That's the money for these guys. So lifting, where you push, keep the hand here, and just reach to the heel to get that front heel. You watch me from the side. Practice with me there. It looks more like a forward fold into that front, so I'm leaning forward. So remember, where do we want to feel it? Yeah. Okay. Let's start. See if we get 4 sets done for absolutely. So we're doing 10 on the toes, dumbbell toes, 10 toes, whatever. We're doing 15 on the side plank dips, 25 on the weighted crunches, 15 on the oblique crunches. If you're like, what the hell, I can't remember those numbers, don't worry, I'm going to call my coach. So let's move our line position. Grab onto your couch. So if you don't have any digits, put your hands behind your head. Keep the head on the floor. Lower back pulls into the floor. And let's go for our 10 reps. Straightening the legs at the bottom to make it harder, or bending at the knees. You feel that lower back coming away from the floor. Let's go for 10 in total. Always putting a little bit of pressure into that thing that you're holding, that your shoulders are working with your abs here. You're not just hanging down. 4 more for me. 4, 3, 2, side plank dips, top leg goes in front, bottom leg behind, elbow underneath, and let's go for 15. Drive from that bottom hip, lift the rib cage off the floor. Imagine your spine staying in line the whole time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Same thing on the other side. Stack the legs, out underneath hips, legs in front, and let's go for our 15 reps. Take nice and fine, stay in line the whole time. Take up by the head, behind the shoulder blades, underneath the rib cage. Good. 6 to go. 6, 5, lifting that bottom tip away from the floor. 4, 3, 2. Woo! Weighted crunches, no weight, dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you got. 5 here. Up to the ceiling. If you're operating Simba. Nice and fast here. 4, 5, belly button into the spine. Crunch up. 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Pull the sternum into the rib cage and crunch. 16, 17, 18, 19, 5, 4, 3, 2, oblique crunches. Bend the knees, hand on the ear. Let's crunch up. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Feel that crunch in the front. 10, 9, 8, 7. Not driving off this elbow too much. More of a crunch through here. 4, 3, 2, hand to the side, back again. Side to side, stack the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's one round up. We're going to take 30 seconds break. We're going to do it again. Every time we go faster. On the toes or something, try it like slightly different direction. Slightly straighten the leg. See to get a little bit more. More you said. We're going to go faster now. We're going to get harder. We're going to the abs. We're going to go. So, obliques, side plank area where we were, crunching area where we were, toes to bar, pulls to back. 1, let's go for 10. Back now, 10. Crunch the abs into the floor, pull the legs overhead. 9, 8, 4, 3, keep that lower back on the floor. 2, and 1. One per side, 15. Top leg stagger. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Outside. Same thing on the other side. Tap the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Crunches. 25. Straight in. 1, 2, 3, 4, back on the floor. 4, 5, pull the rib cage down. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, project. Burn now. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 4, 3. Other side. And knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel burn out, move backwards. Quick pull. If you're doing these guys, unweighted, try bring the feet up and reach to the toes. It'll make that a little bit tougher and you can reach any for it every time. On the oblique crunches, you can straighten that bottom leg, but keep the top knee bent. If you're finding it hard to keep your balance if you're moving around, they can be a bit tricky. Okay, whew. We're going again, 10 seconds. Are you ready? 10 here and our toes to whatever. Toes to whatever you got. 3, 2, 1. Let's go for 10. Keep that lower back switched on, that bum squeeze. 10 here. Last one. Okay. Sorry, crunch sticks. Let's go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same thing on the other side. Flip it around. 10, 15, 14, 13, 12, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Waiting for the sit-ups. Hardest one, I think. Go look overhead or toes straight. And let's go for our 3, 5. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. See you later. Obliques. Straighten that bottom leg. Let's go for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and same thing on the other side. Straight the bottom leg, bend the top knee. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my God. Done. Come on to the elbows if you need to. Let's stretch out the abs. Hands if you can keep your hips down. You start to lift. Bring the hands further away. Feels fine. fine. Walk them in slightly closer. Keep those shoulder blades away from the ears. Think about pulling the rib cage up into the chin, dropping the hips into the floor. Breathe into the belly now. Great work today, guys. What a workout. Very intense. But we got so much covered, so well done. We got our core work, we got our leg work, we got our upper body strength work, and we got some plyometrics on the warm-up. I mean, that is a laundry list of things to do. So if you're going to work out more frequently or more regularly, you don't need to do all of those pieces in one session. If you're going to work out 2 or 3 times a week, I think it's good to have that many exercises in the session. Take a big breath in, take a big breath out. Oh, come on to the side, elbow down. To stretch the inside of the hip. That's fine. Up onto the hand, get a nice stretch between the hip bones and the rib cage. Breathe into it. Again, if that's too much, feel the hips coming off and you're not getting stretched. I will top the hip bone here, then walk the hand away. Take breath in, take breath out. And then we'll do the other side. Flip it around. Elbow underneath, stretch the hip if that's fine. Hand out wide. Easy. Bring your hand more closer and keep dropping that hip towards the floor. Use your breathing here. There you go now. We'll do this stretch, and then we'll do something for around the hips to the lower back. 2 more breaths here. Sometimes things important to notice. We don't directly see the effects of fitness or training straight away after the session, before the end of the work, which is good. Sometimes it takes like a couple of years for my clients to go like, they look at their friends now and they're like, wow, my friends are kind of overweight or they have all these health issues. They go, wow, they can't fit this up. Even if it's just like once a week. So there you go. Last one here, pop the ankle on top of the knee. Head on the floor, and you're going to pull the sole of that shoe or that ankle down towards you. Nice stretch in the hip here. Breathing into the nose, out to the mouth. Trying to find the belly, then the chest, and then the exhale. Swap sides now. Lying on your back. Pop the opposite foot up on top. And pull that shoe down towards the floor. Keeping the knee up towards the ceiling. Lovely, guys. Well done. A pleasure as always.